All right, guys, we're back live for the 2025 Pittsburgh Pro Finals, Men's Open and Classic Physique. We will be covering, and you know, I've gotten a lot of intel from people on the ground at the show, and there's mixed opinions online. Social media seems to be leaning towards Nick Walker. I myself am still sticking with my pick for Derek Lunsford to win this show, and I'm sticking to it. That was my original prediction on Thursday when I did my final prediction. My final prediction was Derek first, Nick second, Martin third, William fourth. That actually might still happen, but there could be a flip flop, and Nick might go in there. But I just, I was listening to the Dave Palumbo wrap up with Chris Aceto, 7-time Mr. Olympia Phil Heath, and they all had Derek. I thought Phil was going to say Nick, right? But he was all on Derek Lunsford winning this show. Phil Heath knows what a Mr. Olympia is. He knows what that level is. He's sitting in the front row at this show. He has Derek Lunsford winning. Dave Palumbo. Dave Palumbo says it like it is too. He has Derek Lunsford winning, not Nick Walker. He's a big Nick Walker fan. He had Nick Walker losing to Martin Fitzwater in New York last year. So Dave Palumbo is not going to just say whatever. So for these people that are jumping on the Nick Walker bandwagon because he's the underdog, he did improve. He came back. Let's take a look at him here. But I just don't think it's enough to beat Derek Lunsford with the shape and the structure, the lines that Derek has, the conditioning he has. It's not like Derek's off. Maybe a little bit of fullness in the quads Derek's missing, but I don't think it's enough to make him lose, right? To a guy that's structurally flawed, like, in my opinion, Nick Walker is, comparison. So you see the waistline on Nick it's not pretty still. I think he might have improved it. But you see right there, guys, I just really that's the direction we want to take bodybuilding in. With a thicker waist. We want to go backwards in bodybuilding and just reward the bigger dude because he's big. We don't want to take into consideration symmetry, shape, and proportion to your other body parts, polish, conditioning. We just want brute strength and mass monster big. Oh, impressive. Come on, guys. This is bodybuilding. It's there's got to be a shape to this. Nick Walker is definitely impressive. I'll give him that. But it's just not a pretty look, man. It's just basics. It's big. So that's the best way I can explain it. I don't know how else to put it. Even when he squeezes the muscles, it's not like Ronnie Coleman, and it's not like that. He's impressive. He's very, very impressive. But when you have 7-time Mr. Olympia, you got a lot of old school. Chris Cormier, Milos, Sean Ray. Yeah, you people say, well, Sean Ray, but still, they have Derek Lunsford winning. And they're pretty much clearly saying he's winning. It's not like, oh my God, we don't know. It's like, yeah, he's winning this. Right? Nick Walker looks good. He came in shape. Waistline maybe is a little bit improved, if that's possible. But then when I see this, I see his stomach hanging out there. I'm like, I don't know if it is. Maybe he's just controlling it better. I think that's what he's doing. He's controlling it better. Right? So we'll go through, so we're looking at Nick here. Let's take a look at, let me see if the stream is, not yet. Take a look at Derek. Nick Walker can win. I think it's close. I think he has a chance to win. I'm not going to say he's not going to win, but I think it's close. So I'm just changing this here. Okay. How does it sound? Just checking the sound. How does it sound? Just checking the sound. Okay, it sounds okay. Okay. But look at this. Very crisp. The lines, the shape to the physique. It's not, you got to look at that, guys. I know Nick is big, man, but you can't just have, it's not just about size. And I'm not trying to be, I'm not a Derek fanboy. I had Hottie beating Derek at the Olympia. I called Derek out when he had these big lumps on his lats. I was hard on Derek. And I had Hottie beating Derek. So I'm not a Derek fanboy. Not at all. Just because I like him over your fanboying of Nick Walker doesn't mean I'm right? Just because you're a Nick Walker fanboy doesn't mean, right? So I guess Dave Palumbo's a hater. Phil Heath's a hater. Milos is a hater. Phil Clayhauer is a hater. Right? Coach Abdullah's a hater of Nick Walker. No, guys. We just know what we see. But this isn't a dominant. If Derek does win, it's not a dominant win. That's for sure. Derek came a little bit lacking in the quads versus Arnold. But yeah, it'd be nice to see Nick win. It'd be a good story. But I also want to see Derek win too, because I think he deserves to win. Plus, he's going to get the Triple Crown. He's going to get the Grand Slam of bodybuilding, the Arnold, the Olympia, and the Pittsburgh Pro title. He's going to be the first ever to do it. He's going to make history. Or Nick Walker wins. What are the judges going to do? What are the promoters going to do? I don't know. The best man should win. It shouldn't matter because of that. But if it's close. If it's close, yeah, give it to Derek. Yeah, and then you got, like, you're right. Look at Nick's veins in the calves. They're very distracting. Right? They're very distracting. You look there. I mean, it's not a good look down there, guys. It's where we want bodybuilding to head in that direction. I don't want it to go that direction. Look at that. Look at that nastiness in the calves. Feels like he's gonna. Look at even in the foot. He's even got the foot vascular veins. So, and he's not as sharp as he usually is from the back. He's not. That was another comment they were making on the Palumbo RX recap. They're like, he's not as tight as he normally is. He's bigger, but it's not the Nick we've seen in previous years, a la the Arnold Classic, where he looked extremely good. So I think Nick's just a little not as tight as he normally could be. I don't hate Nick. I don't. Nick's a great guy. I've had him on the podcast before. We talk in the DMs. He's a great guy. And he looks tremendous. He's in good shape. Just don't think he has more flaws than Derek has flaws. Let me put it that way. You know, he's got more flaws than Derek has flaws. Let's take a look at Martin. Because there is a chance that Martin still ends up coming in third. Right? We need to see who looks better because we've seen this before. We've seen someone look good in prejudging and they're ahead, and then it narrows up in the finals, and then they win or they lose. So, so we could see that tonight. We saw the post by Martin online saying, "I'm sorry," and you know, he knows he missed the mark here. I think if Martin was peaked here, he might have won he could have maybe won the show. But you know, he's just off. I don't know what the hell happened with him, man. It's really strange. He's holding a lot of water here still. Extremely odd to, you know, he's working with Stefan, you know. He was very confident leading into the show. And it was just, yeah, didn't bring it. Bonac. Did they have Bonac? No, they don't have Bonac yet. Got a photo of Bonac. Bonac looks great. We'll go to get another aspect here. I mean, Derek was pretty damn good there, guys. 3D back, muscles popping. I have Bonac in third as well. For me, I honestly like both athletes for very different reasons, but I genuinely believe Derek is just way more complete. Look at any angle, muscle groups, limbs, Nick, and try to exactly. I don't know. People just don't understand that sometimes in bodybuilding. All right. Trying to read some of your comments here, guys. While we wait for the stream to start. Okay, it looks like they're starting the stream here. They're getting set up for the finals, guys. It's about to happen. Who's gonna win this show? The poll has changed. It was tied for prejudging. Go vote in the online in the live chat poll in the chat here, guys. Nick Walker at 75%, Derek at 25%. Get your votes in the live chat poll. Like I said, online, social media, everyone is majority. Nick's gonna win. Nick. Then you got the veterans, you got the pros, you got the 7-time Mr. Olympia, you got the Palumbo, you got Chris Cormier, you got Milos saying Derek's gonna win, and they're at the show. So I don't know. We're watching the live stream, so maybe the fans know better than the legends of the sport that are watching from the front row. I don't know. Right? You know, so we'll see. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe you guys know more than we do. But very interesting to see what happens. I know Nick Strength and Power has changed his prediction now after seeing prejudging, and he has Nick Walker winning this show. So it's very split. It's split. Right? Tight waistline. You don't really get that with Nick Walker, guys. Here we go. Let's take a look. You got the varicose veins popping. Midsection's a little thicker on Nick Walker there. You can see it's thicker there compared to Derek. You know, nothing spectacular shape-wise, but he's big and muscular. I'll give him that much. Side chest, very thick, dense. Most muscular, very impressive. Quads look to be bigger. Most muscular. Crizzo. Now, Crizzo, again, the posing was off. Conditioning is good. Just, you know, like I said, his midsection wouldn't be an issue, and it's definitely an issue. And then, yeah, just the posing. So Crizzo's probably fifth. There's really not much to talk about for Crizzo. Again, you can see what I'm talking about, guys. Again, if you like big waists, then go for Nick Walker. If you like that, if this is what you like in bodybuilding right here, then you're sure, yeah, Nick Walker. If that's what you prefer. Or if you like that, then you want Derek to win. If you prefer that image for a bodybuilder. Where the bubble got, where it's not hanging out. So that's just me. That's what I prefer. Is a tinier, tighter waist. You got this. You got that. So I don't know. It's just prettier. It's a prettier, more aesthetically pleasing shape. Nick Walker is a mass monster. He's Marcus Rule. Great. Love it. That's awesome. But would you want to look like that? I wouldn't. I would like to look like Derek, not Nick. If you saw Nick Walker walking down the beach, that midsection would be popping out. Okay. I don't know. That's not the direction I want bodybuilding to go. I don't want it to go that way. You know, Samson Dowdo's massive, but he has shape. He has aesthetics. So that's why he was able to win the Mr. Olympia. When he got his waist was starting to get a little tricky, a little thick, but he fixed it. Look at this. Look at this. Is this what you guys want? Is this for the win right here? Or do you want to see defined abs and separation in the midsection? I don't know. I don't know. Side chest. To me, Nick looks a little sharper on the side quad here. I'll give him that. He does. Derek has a deeper kind of separation in the quad here, but Nick does look a little sharper from the side quad in the glute tie-in there. And I don't know if Derek's just not stepping on it. We're going to look at the video. You're going to see. And then the side chest, I mean, it's close here now. It shouldn't be close. Right? So let's keep going here. Back double bicep. Now here's a good shot, you know, and I like that this is kind of to the side so you can see the thickness of the back. Okay. Look at the thickness of the back on Derek versus Nick. That's what we call 3D. It's popping out your back. Not the width, just popping out the back. And you can see it right there. Derek Lunsford is beating Nick in this pose. Beating him. Glutes, hams, Derek. Nick, glutes, hams. Nick has bigger hamstrings. There's more muscle back there for sure. But you can see the thinner back that Nick has compared to Derek. That's an awesome shot. It really shows the difference there. And hopefully you guys are starting to understand what we're looking at here and what people see when they sit in the front row and see this. Can't really see it on the live stream. Oh, I'm clicking on the actual. Okay, let's see. We were lat. Once again, that's Derek. You can kind of see the conditioning between the two here. Goes to Derek. Derek is smaller, but Derek just beat a 305-pound Samson Dauda. So what's going on? What are we doing here, guys? Is it bigger, better, or what? I don't know. What direction do we want to go? Okay, it looks like they're about to start. They're getting set up. Okay. Let's go next here. Side tricep. Who's winning the side tricep? Now, look whose arm. Nick has massive arms, but the way he poses his side tricep, he's giving it away. He's giving it away here. Look at Derek almost looks thicker than Nick Walker. What? Why? Why? That shouldn't happen. Nick Walker should make Derek Lunsford look like a little baby standing next to him. 270 pounds to Derek's 240s. But come on, guys. Does it look like they weigh different here? Come on. Is Derek even on the main stage front on? Derek still looks the same thickness, if not thicker, than Nick. It's not angles. That's not a good. I don't know what the hell happened with Nick's side tricep, but that arm always looks thin in that side tricep pose. It's weird. Ab and thigh. I'm gonna give ab and thigh to Derek, or sorry, to Nick. Nick takes the ab and thigh because his abs are just more prominent and they pop through better. So I'll give the ab and thigh to Nick Walker. That's for sure. Although Derek is improving on the ab and thigh. Yeah, we can take a look at the front shots. Okay, let's look at they're just setting up the stage, okay? Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this just so I don't miss it when they go live. I'm going to put this over here so I can just pay attention. Okay. All right. Let's look at the video of Derek posing here. You notice the thickness of the chest is there. You didn't have that before. You can see the striations in the chest. Phil, he said he was very impressed when Derek did that pose and he put his lats out and a bicep. He was very impressed. Separation in the abs in that front lat spread. quarter turn back shot. Really impressive on Derek. Now you see the glutes in the hamstring tie-in. We didn't see that in the photo, but you see it there. He doesn't step on it all the time. That's why he loses the striations, but they're there. Of course they're there. It's Derek Lunsford. You see it right there. Derek's polish. Another thing they were mentioning, Dave Palumbo and Phil Heath and Aceto. Obviously, Aceto's Derek's coach, but just the polish that Derek has over Nick. He doesn't have the lumpy, the mass, like the freaky, like it's clean looking muscle. There's no vascular veins. There's none of that shit happening. It's just a clean looking physique, which is refreshing to see in bodybuilding. Right? That's not what Nick has. Nick is freaky, scary looking, nasty, which a lot of guys in bodybuilding like. And maybe that's why a lot of the fans in here, they like Nick Walker over Derek, because he's got that nasty muscle, mass monster. That's just like big, bulky, whatever muscle to me. It's like, okay, if anyone really works hard enough, they can get big and bulky and look like that. Fine, whatever. But you got to have detail and display and polish to your physique, which Derek has in spades over Nick Walker. Nick Walker is a great poser. I'll give him that. That's for sure. He's great. Just not enough to beat Derek Lunsford, in my opinion. I think give the win to Derek. Let Nick Walker go to New York and win that show. Qualify for Olympia, and then it's game on. You know what I'm saying? Anyone can build muscle. Like anyone, can just get as big as they want to get, but it has to look good. It has to look good, right? So that's what I'm saying. I just such a cleaner look. Let's take a look at Nick Walker. Let's take a look at Big Nasty. You know, trying to zoom in there. There we go. Actually, side chest, you can see the midsection is pretty thick there. You know what? Nick is impressive, though. He is impressive to watch. He's a big man, right? But, to me, Samson Dowda beats Nick Walker, too. I have Samson Dowda over Nick Walker. I probably would have I would have had Martin over Nick if he looked like that 3 weeks out video he posted the other day. 100%. I was about to change my predictions and move Nick to third instead of second. There you see that waist, right? It was like the turtle shell was popping out. But yeah. Yeah, Samson definitely beats Nick Walker. I think Gilco. We'll go to Gilco. Well, let's watch. We got a little time here. Let me get the video queued up. Let me get the video queued up. Let me find it. Let me stop playing. Okay, that. I'm just gonna cue this up for you guys so it doesn't lag. Is it lagging?
I was actually really happy for Nick just because we haven't seen him in so long.
Just let it load, guys.
You see him on the internet. You see what he's very outspoken. He's talking trash with, some of these guys like with Martin and stuff. But it was really good to see him out there. I thought he had a really good aura to him. But, look, man, he had to go against Arnold Classic champ Derek Lunsford, man. And it was watch that because I'm trying to figure out who's battling at what. The front shots, I'm looking at Derek and I'm like, that is like money. Like the minute Derek walks out, I'm like, okay, that's Mr. Olympia. And then when he raises his arms up and he actually hits that front double bicep and that front lat, your mind just happens to see what a Mr. Olympia should look like, how he carries himself. And the crowd was really showing a heavy response in his favor.
The crowd does love Nick Walker. You can't get away from that. Were you nervous being Derek's coach at all?
No, the judges got to make up their minds at the end of the day. I agree with Phil. The way I see the show is it's hard to look past the polish and the lack of flaws with Derek. And then he's got some shots like he doubles in size on the front double bicep.
Anyways, that's his coach, so we can't really take a Cito. But, I wanted to show that a little bit. Phil Heath mainly talking there, 7-time Mr. Olympia. He knows his stuff. I think he knows more than me, and I think he knows more than you guys. Right? And he was impressed with Derek. He was sitting right there. He could have said that about Nick Walker. He said, you know what? When Nick walked out, that's the Olympia style. That's the champ. No, he said about Derek Lunsford. So what? I don't know what to say to you guys. Right? And the thing is, during the commentary, because remember, Phil Heath was doing the commentary for the Arnold. And he had Samson over Derek. He was talking up Samson. Derek was there. And I was even I was like, Phil, what are you doing? Talking shit about Derek? And now you see Phil 180. He's sitting there and he's like, Derek. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. It is what it is. We're going to see who wins. So Phil did say some nice things about Nick Walker too. He made some improvements. His waist improved. That's what Phil said. But it's just not enough to beat Derek. Like there's a aura, there's a vibe, there's a look when you see someone coming up. Hey, thanks, Trent. I just missed that. Yes, Matt. Well, he's his training partner. We see that. They all have close No. Phil was not on Team Derek at the Arnold Classic when he's commentating. Okay, obviously Chris Aceto. Dave Palumbo had Martin Fitzwater winning the New York Pro. So you could say maybe Dave has a little bit of bias towards or against Nick. But Dave has also said many good things about Nick Walker. Okay, I'm just paying attention to the stream here. I don't want to miss this. As soon as it starts, we will go live. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is what I wanted to take a look at. 4K video. Okay, now this is it right here. I haven't seen this yet. Show is about to start, guys. Look at that shot. Look at that side chest. Tiny little waist there on the side profile. Side tricep. Yeah, you're right. Nick's waist does look decent for his mass, for sure. Look at this. Tight, crisp separation. Rear lat spread. Guys, remember to smash that like button. Appreciate you guys joining me. Everyone that's in the chat here, you are subscribers, so I appreciate you subscribing to the channel, joining me on this one. Unfiltered commentary for this competition. You know, I say it like it is. I'm not a super fan of Derek Lunsford, that's for damn sure. I had Hadi Choopan beating him at the Olympia. So you can't say I'm a super fan of Derek if I have him losing the Olympia. So again, Derek looks really good. Let's take a look at Nick in this 4K video. You see the thicker waist right away. My eyes get drawn to the waist there. Right there. Yeah, it's a close battle. Just watching these poses here. Finals are starting soon, guys. As soon as it goes live, they haven't started yet. You're not going to miss it. Oh, what the hell's that? Oh, I clicked on something and I was like, what is that? Okay. Just reading your comments here. Whenever Nick lets his midsection go, you see how it, yeah, man. It's not bodybuilding when you got to hide your big stomach. Even Ronnie's midsection got out of hand, and that was it for him. It's just not enough. Even that back double bicep, you see the weakness in the there's no density there. Let me stop this. It looks like I'm lagging a little bit, guys. Let's go. Okay, I'm not lagging again. But, let me see if I can close some apps here. Okay. Remember the vote. Right now, Nick is 70% to Derek, 30% for winning the show in the poll, live chat poll. Remember to smash that like button, guys. Thank you for joining. We're about to start. We're waiting for them to come on. It should be the men's open first, hopefully. They came out first last time. You also got to think about proportion and symmetry as well, guys. Martin Fitzwater. Well, I guess Martin's going to have to go to New York and compete. because he dropped the ball here. I heard that Fuad was having Martin win the shows. So I gotta go watch that. I gotta see that for myself if that's true. Yeah, maybe something happened with Martin. Maybe he didn't say anything last night on RX. He was doing an interview. He's like he was confident. You're right. He is already qualified, but will he try to redeem himself? Because if he goes to the Olympia like this, not good. Not good for Martin. Not good. Yeah. Yeah. Prague. Prague Pro, where he beat Chris Bumstead. I thought Chris should have beat him, but whatever. Let's wait for them to start. It's lagging my computer a bit when I play those videos. Terrence Ruffin looks good. I think he's got to win that. Jose in second. We can go to my photos here because I got some good photos. Put that over there just so I can pay attention. And we're going to go here. Can analyze these before they start. I'm just queuing this up here, and then we're going to go present, screen, monitor, number 3, enter. There. Let's get some front-on shots. Again, we're comparing between Nick and Derek here, so to me, it's just more refreshing to look at Derek's front double bicep than Nick's. Yeah, Bonak in versus Derek. Yeah, Nick isn't the most graceful poser. He's a good poser, but he's not graceful posing. Yeah, I mean, I got to tell you, Derek's biceps, they need work. I'm going to say that. They're not good. Front lat spread. Again, I'm giving this pose to Derek. I'm going to tell you why I think Derek beats Nick Walker. So let's go pose for pose together here. And in the chat, when I go through the pose, you say who wins the pose, right? Nick or Derek. Okay, so front double bicep, who's winning this pose? Nick or Derek? Who's winning this pose? Symmetry, shape balance, proportion, conditioning. Symmetry. Nick, we got Nick's, we got a Derek. A lot of Nicks popping up here, a lot of Nick fans in the chat, obviously. He's winning the poll by 70%. 70 to 30. Derek, unfortunately. Yeah, I can say, I kind of say Derek, unfortunately, as well. because of the biceps. Nick, a lot of Nicks, a few Derek's. Derek's got a better X frame. That's enough. More than enough. Yeah. A lot of Nicks. Okay. So, you know what? I'm going to just go with it. I'm going to say Nick wins the front double bicep. And then we got Derek. So, Nick has one pose over Derek so far. Excuse me, guys. Okay, let's go front lat spread. Who's winning the front lat spread? Put the name Derek or Nick in the chat. Symmetry, the delts, the tiny waist. Who's winning? Who is winning the front lat spread? Derek. Got a lot of Derek's here for a front lat spread. Even if you're a fan of Nick Walker, if you think Derek should win the pose, say it. Don't just say Nick Walker because you're mad and he's losing the pose. Say who should win. I said Nick Walker should win the front double bicep. I said it. Okay, good. We got a lot of Derek's in here. Okay. So consensus in the chat is Derek wins the front lat spread. Next pose. Side tricep. Look at this. Okay. Now both, like Derek needs to hit this pose better too. He's not locking out the tricep. He could extend it a little. It's close for Derek. But who's winning? To me, Derek is winning this side tricep pose. Nick is posing. He's twisting his waist too much. And look how thin his arm looks compared to Derek. So in the chat, who's winning the side tricep? Got Nick's. Got a couple Derek's in there. Nick, Derek, Nick. I'm gonna wait a couple more seconds. Derek. Yeah. I don't know, guys. Derek. I mean, look at the arm difference. Look at the chest of Derek. It's like poof, it's like bursting out. And you got the flapjack pancake pecs. Nick Walker. I just can't, man. What is he doing with this pose? It's weird. I don't know what happened. I think he thinks he looks better, twisting more in that shot to make his arm look smaller, but it's not working. It's not working. Okay, I'm going with Derek in this pose, but normally Nick would win this. Let's just say no, never mind. Let's give the benefit of the doubt. Nick is twisting too much in this pose, and so we'll give it to Nick. Okay, so we got Nick winning the front double bicep and the side tricep, and we got Derek winning the front lat spread so far. Side chest. Okay, who's winning the side chest? Who's winning the side chest? Derek or Nick? In the chat. Nick. Derek. One Derek, couple Derek's. More Nicks so far. It hasn't started yet, guys. When it starts, you're gonna see it. It was supposed to start. They're still talking. And Derek, Nick. I really like Nick. I really like Derek in his pose the fact that he can hold his own next to Nick in this pose and almost look bigger across the chest baffles me because of how much muscle Derek is giving up to Nick Walker. Right? Like, I have Derek winning this pose, but a lot of people will just go default to Nick because Nick should be winning this pose. He should be dominating this pose. Yeah, and then we have Dave Palumbo, Phil Heath, Chris Cormier, Sean Ray, Coach Abdullah, who I've spoken to all so far. They have Derek winning. So who is it, right? Who do you trust in more? Dennis James and Fuad and Ian? Or 7-time Mr. Olympia, Phil Heath, legend Chris Cormier, legend Sean Ray? Who do you guys, right? Who holds more water? Fuad or Chris Cormier? Or Phil Heath? I'll let you guys judge on that one. Anyway, side chest. This is tough. I'll give it to Nick. Don't want to give it to Nick, but I'm trying to make you guys happy here. Back double bicep. Not going to waste a lot of time on this one. Who wins the back double bicep? Derek or Nick in the chat. Let's do a quick poll here. Nick. Derek. Derek. Yeah, I'm trying to tell the truth. I do tell the truth. But I'm trying to be as neutral, which is just me. I am neutral, but I mean, people just get pissed off. Nick does take up a lot of good space in the lower half. He's got the bigger hamstrings, the thickness, right? So it's closer than it was before. It's closer. But Derek's back is just so dominating and so 3D muscle popping out. Then he has the glutes shredded too. So I'm giving that to Derek Lunsford. I don't think anyone's going to really fight on that one. I think the Nick Walker fans will just give it to Nick because that's who they like. But rear lat spread. Boom. Look at Derek's back. I mean, it's Derek. So I'll give that to Derek. They're tied 3-3. We are tied right now, guys. 3-3. We only have 8 poses in total. So, yeah, Derek for the lat spread. Still waiting for them to start the stream, guys. Ab and thigh. Who's winning the ab and thigh? I don't know, man. Derek is actually looking better now that I look back at this pose. Derek, Nick. Derek. Okay, we got a lot of Dereks. Nick, but it's close. Nick. Derek here. Derek, barely. Nick. Yeah. They're about to start. It looks like they're getting settled there. To see Steve Weinberger, he hasn't sat down yet, so you know it's not started. He's walking, talking to people. All right, there's Bob Ciccarello. Okay, well, Bob announces I'm going to take a quick 1 second, not 1 second, like 1 minute pee break. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to go pee and then we will be back. 1 second, guys. Bob Ciccarello's on stage, so you're not missing anything. Okay, guys. All right, so ab and thigh, I think we're going with Derek. And I even remember watching Dennis James' podcast, and they had Derek winning the ab and thigh. Okay. That's a good pose there for Derek, too. Obliques. Nicely tight. Kind of reminiscent of Hadi Choopan. Not as good as Hadi in that pose, but he's getting closer. I wonder why Nick Walker doesn't hit that oblique and thigh. Bonak's doing it. All right, okay, so. And then we have, obviously, most muscular goes to Derek, or sorry, to Nick. So I have it tied. I'm not going to say it's all Derek. I'm saying I have it tied. 4-4. Right? So what happens when we tie? What do we have to look at? Polish and presentation. And who has the less flaws overall? That's probably what it's going to come down to. And polish and presentation goes to Derek Lunsford. When it's close and you want to have the first ever title for a show like this, go to a Olympia champion, give him the Triple Crown, give him the Grand Slam. Easy, Derek Lunsford. Or give it to Nick Walker. What a great comeback story. The mutant Nick Walker is back. He proved himself that he still has it. And he came in looking really good. So we have to give Nick Walker his props. So, wouldn't that be something if Bob Ciccarello has to announce Nick Walker? Right? After everything Bob has said. Bob has Nick in like third or fourth in his prediction video. I had Nick in second. I could have had Martin in second, but I even put Nick in second. I'm not biased. I was pushing for Nick, and he still could do it. All right, Tyler Mannion's on the stage. Still waiting. He's a 212 champ, Arnold champ, Olympia champ, Pittsburgh Pro champ. Man, did Martin ever? Martin looks like he's sick or something. Like, doesn't he? I have William beating Martin in this shot. Like, see, Martin's waist is tinier. If Martin was in shape, he probably would have beat Nick Walker. But like, look at Martin's face. What's going on with Martin Fitzwater? What happened? What went wrong? Something's off. He's gonna say something. Like, how do you go this off? Yeah, so that's Martin. We gotta talk about William. William looks great, standing next to the Olympia champion there. His biceps are starting to go, right? Kind of see it there. It's kind of like the tricep is kind of starting to disintegrate back. Biceps starting to disintegrate back. Right? So. But man, what about Bonac, man? Like, what is 42 years old still doing it with these young guys that are 29 and 30? He's got 12 years on these guys. He's still kicking their ass. But don't you guys see it when I go full screen like that? Don't you see Derek's shape? That waist? I don't know. I just see it right away. My eye gets towards Derek. Martin in second? Martin in second. Fuad Abiad. The hell. Did he actually say this? Because I can't hear the live stream. I can't play the sound. So excuse me. I'm making a video on, if I find this, I'm gonna play it back. Gotta tell me, guys, where in the video does he say it so I don't have to watch the whole thing. I can just find it and get the clip. Derek first. Nick second, Bonac third, Martin fourth. That's what I think. That's my call. Anthony, I agree, Anthony Rodriguez. See if we can get the individual poses here. I can't remember. That's a great shot. That is a great shot with Derek. What an improvement. It's just a clean shot, man. It's like a statue. Fuad had Samson winning this show. Did Fuad actually say if Samson was in this show, he would have won? Is that what Fuad said? My God. Right now, they're just talking on stage, guys. We're just waiting for them to start. Am I a bit frozen here? Can't tell. I mean, I think Derek looks good. I think he did enough here, guys. Quads are separated. Wow. Can you guys see why I'm not a fan of Fuad? Some of the shit he says. Is he smoking crack? The fuck, Fuad? Yes. Fuad is delusional. Seems like I'm lagging. I almost want to restart my computer, but I can't. Should have done that before. The lighting was very dark here when they first came out. Trying to find Nick. Nick is winning this. Nick can win. Nick can win. Not saying he can't win. I just think Derek should be the winner. Yeah, I think a lot of people are just like, I agree with that. Nick does look good. I'll give him that. But I don't think it's good enough to win. Remember to vote in the poll, the chat poll. Over 1,100 votes. 69% for Nick Walker. 31% for Derek to win. See if we can get that number up. See if we can get it more evened out. Remember to smash that like button, guys. 124 likes. Come on, guys. You can do more likes. This prejudging was crazy. We had 3,200 people in the live stream here. It was insane. I'm trying to find Nick Walker's individual poses. Did he come out after? There we go. Okay, Nick Walker. They're still doing stuff on stage, guys. They're just talking and presenting. I don't know what they're doing. I can't hear it. So here we go, guys. Here's the waist. This is what I can't look past his waist. I can't get past it, guys. I know you guys like that, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I want to hear what Fuad was saying there. Just checking some updates for you guys. 403. All right. So yeah, that's the waistline on or Nick Walker. Sorry. I don't know. Not appealing to me. To me, that's only gonna probably get worse over time. They're probably gonna come out and do their individual posing routine, so I'll get shots of that when that starts. I think Nick could pose this differently. Like I think he's like hunching down where he should open up his lats and expand more. But I think he's trying to crunch his abs. That's a good point. I just think Fuad doesn't like Derek Lunsford. Simple as that. Why hasn't he invited Derek on the podcast? Has Derek not been on Fuad's podcast? Side chest. I mean, Nick looks good in the side chest. He also looks good in the back double bicep. Um, I mean, see, this is better. This is what I'm saying. The X frame. He doesn't have it from the front as much. And I think if he flared one leg out more, like Derek does in the front double bicep, it would accentuate his physique even more for Nick. So we could be in for a surprise. Nick Walker might win the show. The show has started. They just don't have any of the athletes on the stage yet. Nick looks good there too. All right. Let's go back to it. They're bringing the guys out. I thought they were doing posing routines, but they're bringing all the guys out. All right. Let's go to my last photo. They are bringing the guys out. Let's get ready. All right. Here we go. First call out in the finals. Martin, Bonac, Derek, Nick. Not sure why it's making that sound now. I didn't have that sound playing before. Oh, is it going over here? Let me find that screenshot. Okay, it's going over there now. All right, this is finals. Here we go. Front lat spread. Derek. Nick looks good. Maybe Nick has improved. Oh, sorry. Sorry, tricep. Okay, I see Nick has listened to me. And he's twisted a little bit more for the side tricep. I knew he would do that. Most muscular. Missed that one. Okay, they're moving Martin into the center. Oh, they're just doing the same thing again. We know what this means. This is going to be close, guys. It's very close. Derek also looks like he held his conditioning good as well. He looks maybe slightly improved as well. It looks like both Nick and Derek have improved. So did Martin. Martin dried out a little bit. That's easy to do when you're watery like that. You can dry out to the finals. So that's what he did. Maybe he can edge out Bonak now. I just want to see a top two comparison. You might as well just do that, Steve. There, I think I got the shot good there. Yeah, I think Hottie might have won this show too. Yeah, Nick does look a little bit sharper. Let's go back through these photos. Just bring out the second call out now so we can take a look here. Martin sharpened up. I don't know. I mean, they kind of look the same as they did prejudging, which is crazy. Bonak. Yes, Derek has the deepest. Another good point. Derek does have the deepest quad separation. That has to account for something too, which the judges will see up front and close, which is what a lot of the people are seeing up front and close. But anyways, front lat spread. Again, Derek's winning that pose. Nick Walker can win this show because, like I said, I had it when we did it together, guys. I had 4-4 tied. So now it's just a matter of who do they want to give this one to. Yeah, Bonek looks good. I give it slightly over Derek, slightly over that though. Just the shape of the quads and Derek a little rounder. Side chest. Yeah, you can see Martin's a little tighter now. Yeah, they look this. Maybe Nick's a little sharper in the side quad. Excuse me. Bonac, look at Bonac. Okay. Back double bicep. This is very close, guys. I don't know. I can't. This is the point. Usually I'm like, okay, this guy's going to win. And even in our assessment leading up to this, I had them both 4-4 tied. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't do the posing routines. Are they going to do it after? Probably. Unless they got rid of the posing routine round. I don't know. They didn't see it yet. So yeah, back double bicep. Give that to Derek. You can see there on Nick, there is some skin folds. But I mean, that's a skin stretch, and I don't know. I mean, very, very nitpicky there. Nick doesn't win the back double. I don't think he wins the back double. No, no, it's not. That's not happening. But side tricep. I don't know, man. Something went. Nick's side tricep does not look the same. In fact, I'll probably give that to Derek now. You know, if you can't hit that shot, Nick, I'm giving it to Derek. All right. Ab and thigh. I didn't catch it, guys. But yeah. They all look the same. Martin, it's a bit tighter. It's insane how Derek is like as wide, if not a little wider in the delt side to side than Nick is. Right? Isn't that impressive? Look at Bonac though, in that most muscular. Look at that. So much detail. It's Crizzo. You can see the leg size. You can see the leg size difference here in Nick and Derek. Like that's a good shot for Derek or for Nick. The size. Definitely. Yeah, Nick wins the most muscular. Yeah. It's a very good pose. That's probably one of Nick's best poses, is the most muscular. Side quad on Nick is very big. So I could see the judges giving it to Nick Walker, but politically, historically, do they want to do that if it's close? I think because he skipped out on the O, he needs to compete again. He doesn't just get a free pass again straight to the Mr. Olympia. He needs to work for a little bit. He skipped out on the Mr. Olympia 10 days before the show and said, you know what, I'm not feeling well. So, I mean, right? And then 10 days before the show, he's like, I'm coming, I'm great. He made a YouTube video. I'm fine. Looking forward to getting on stage. And then he pulls out. See if they reward that type of behavior. Okay, they're doing top 2. There we go. This has gotten closer between William and Martin. But I think William did enough in prejudging. So I hope they do this top 2 for Derek and Nick too, like this, because it's a lot closer zoomed up. Yeah, Martin, you tightened up. You tightened up. I wish I could hear the commentary. What is Fuad doing? I can't hear. Yeah, look at that. William, man. Give it to William, 3rd place. Yeah, you could, yeah. William Bonac, in my opinion, gets 3rd. He should get 3rd. Most musculars. All right, here we go. Derek Lunsford and Nick Walker. Side by side. Oh, shit. Go back. This is very high quality video here. I hate that shot on Nick. It's terrible. Side chest. Back double bicep. Let's get it. Shot. Yeah. I give that to Derek. You can see there. To me, it is a toss-up. They're giving it to fucking Nick. Okay. This is crazy, man. Is Nick chewing gum on stage? Oh, Nick's waist is sticking out there. Look at Nick's waist. Woo. Man, Derek just has such a nice front double bicep. It's tough to beat that. It's tough to beat that front double bicep. Here we go. Who's it gonna be? Derek looks to be improving here in these poses. He's got the polish. That was very disrespectful, chewing gum on stage. That's not professional. Nick, you need to take this serious. You know Steve's gonna see you chewing gum, Nick. Cost you the show. Nick does look good though. It's close, man. It's not. No one's blowing each other out of the water here. The scorecards, I'm sure, are going to be very close. Side tricep. Again, whatever Nick is doing, he's hitting it wrong. Ab and thigh. Derek has improved that shot. Nick looks to have improved it as well with the waist being tighter. Nick seems a little is he getting winded? I don't know. Nick. Oh, Nick Walker. Oh, okay. I'm not saying I'm biased I'm saying it's a toss-up. How am I biased? A bias is just saying, no, Derek's winning the show. It's not even close. That's bias. So there's no bias when I say it's a toss-up. Like, it's close, guys. Am I being biased in the front lat spread? Is that Nick Walker's shot right there? Should we give that to Nick? I got it tied. Side chest. Right? Is Nick blowing Derek out of the water there? No. Side tricep. Is Nick dominating that pose? No. Trying to get the ab and thigh. Close. We're going to see, guys. We're going to see. Nick looks good. Maybe Nick looks a little tighter. He's crazy muscular. Who knows? They both think they won. Derek's like number one. That was good. That was a good little battle. It was a good battle. I think they got to do the posing routines. This is weird. They usually do the posing routines first. But okay, we're just waiting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why people. Nick is good, but it's not. He's no Flex Wheeler or Ronnie Coleman or Sean Roden. I mean, he's just a big dude with lots of muscle. But structurally, he just doesn't have a good structure. I just think, yeah, overall, Derek has more polish. I agree with Phil Heath and Dave Palumbo and Chris Cormier, Sean Ray. I agree with their assessment that when it comes down to it and it's close, who has the best package and the best polish? And it's just Derek has it. Ab and thigh. From the lats into the waist to the quads. You can see Nick's lats they're narrower. They don't flare out as much. Okay, so men's physique is coming on. I'm assuming they're going to do the posing routines at some point. Are you jacked? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Phil did have Samson beating Derek. That's why when Phil comes in here and says Derek is beating Nick, although it's close, you got to think, why did he make that change? What did Chris Cormier tell me? Again, let me read. Yeah, I asked Chris Cormier, I was like, who do you have winning? And I said, I said, this is what I said. I'm not biased. I said, I have Derek barely winning the show. That's not a good, I'm not fanboying for Derek there. For all those trolls in the comments that were like, oh, you hate Nick Walker. I'm like, nah, Nick Walker looks pretty damn good. And then Chris was like, yep, Derek winning. He said Nick did great work though, but it's just not, in his opinion, not enough yet to be an Olympian like Derek. So, Phil Clayhar. While we wait here, let's listen to Phil Clayhar. For those who didn't join me for the prejudging, can let you hear what Phil Clayhar has to say and why Phil Clayhar has Derek winning.
Structurally, the X factor, much.
Here, let me just get this back here.
I got Derek winning all day. Structurally, the X factor, much more a pleasing physique. Nick looks good, but in my opinion, from the back shot, all back shots he lost. Side chest, he normally wins. I believe he lost that. Side tricep, I agree with you. He's not doing it correctly. I mean, they could go either way with that, but my eyes go more towards Derek. The lat spread, Nick isn't opening up. I don't know what's going on with that. The front double bicep that Nick normally will destroy people on, it just doesn't, it's just not doing it for me in that shot. So he looks good. He's definitely flat. I agree with what you said. He's not bursting full, but I think that if he were to come back tonight, bursting full is going to hurt him a little bit physique-wise and probably tax his conditioning a bit. But Derek, me and Blue was looking over these pictures, and Derek all the way. I just don't see Nick beating Derek. But, we'll see later on tonight. But what I'm seeing right now, structurally, aesthetically pleasing.
Yes.
Nick did good.
Yeah.
I just see him pulling it out.
Yeah. And that's the same as Derek winning. Same as that, So I don't know. We're gonna see, guys. Turn that down. Because you gotta think, like, who stacks up better structurally, aesthetically pleasing wise next to a guy like Flex Wheeler, Sean Roden, Dexter Jackson. Would it be a Nick Walker? Or would it be a Derek Lunsford? Ask yourselves that question. It's not Derek. It's not Nick Walker. I'll tell you that right now. But he does look good, so good that I have it tied. Nick's conditioning is good, very good. We don't see the deepest of separation in his quads. So, I don't know. I mean, as soon as he lets that stomach go, it goes for days. So, I don't know, man. Ab and thigh. Yeah, that front of a bicep. Every time I look at that front of a bicep, I just see the shape. I can't get around it. Biceps, obviously, Derek is losing the biceps. I don't know why he can't build those better, but it's not good. Well, you can see Nick is struggling. Like, look at, and again, when it comes down to it, what's the polish? What's the professionalism? When it's tied, there's got to be something else to edge out the other guy. And then you have this. Are you enjoying yourself up there, Nick? Are you having fun? It's not a criteria, but it does play into how the judges react to that bodybuilder. They see everything. They feel everything. Derek's having fun up there. Does that mean he's going to win? No. You got to smile, Nick Walker. Is that Palumboism? I don't know. I don't know. I just want bodybuilding to go in the right direction. You know? Like if we did this and I showed you guys this picture, you were like, "Who's this guy?" He's got Palumbo gut. You'd be like, "This guy's never gonna win a show. What the hell?" You're like, "Oh shit, that's Nick Walker." Whew. All right then. He does look good in the side quad. Nick Walker. And again, we're looking at the live stream. Who knows? Maybe I'd say something different. If I was there in the front row. I'm not backhanding him. He looks very good. He improved his back double bicep. He improved his rear lat spread. He improved his quads from the back to hamstrings. I just wish that his midsection was just under better control. Well, I know. There's a lot of guys in here that prefer Nick's look, but aesthetically pleasing wise, I don't prefer Nick's look. And I know Bob is the same way. He's just I can't do it. I can't do it with that look. Some of you can. Some of you, like me, you can't. Yeah, Jay Cutler was boxy. He admits that as well. Okay, but then what are all of Derek's flaws? Like what the hamstring thickness? Okay, give him that. He needs more thickness, but they're sliced and diced. Um, Side chest next to someone who has the best side chest in bodybuilding, most likely Nick Walker. So front lat spread. Polish, presentation, shape and symmetry, conditioning, details, lines. Is that a great front lat spread? Now, mind you, Derek's lat spread is not the best lat spread. Like, let's be clear about that. But between the two of them, so in my opinion, Derek wins that pose. And then he wins this pose. You know, for a guy that's given up 20 plus pounds of muscle, it's not too far off. And then that midsection on Derek is just so good. It's refreshing to see an open bodybuilder do a vacuum in a front double by. Why can't Nick Walker do it? So yeah. The only thing I hate about Derek is his biceps. Or not hate about Derek. I don't like about his physique is his biceps. Structurally, who's better in this pose structurally? Excuse me. Okay, symmetry wise, who's better in this pose? Because symmetry matters in bodybuilding. Well, let's take a look at. While we wait for men's physique. That's closer now that Martin tightened up. It's closer. Front double bicep Derek, front lat spread Derek, abs and thighs Nick, back double Nick, okay. Back lat spread Nick, side tricep Nick, Derek, most side tricep Nick Derek, okay. Most muscular Nick, yeah. You see how choppy it is? It's like, that's why I have it tied 4-4, right? I don't have Nick win any of the back shots. I don't have him winning the front lat spread. And I don't have him winning the side tricep anymore. And even maybe the ab and thigh. So it could actually be 5-3 for Derek, but yeah. There he goes. Derek's lat spread, perhaps, but back double, Nick. Nah. No. No. I think Derek beats him in the side chest. He looks even wider and thicker overall. Yeah, I agree, but a lot of people in here don't agree with that. You having a hard time in here, Real Iron Podcast? Okay, let's go to that then, guys. If you guys are really fussing over that pose. Just checking the bed's physique. Just look at Derek's width of his back, guys. Like, are you blind in the chat? Look at the width. You crazy? What about Nick is winning this? Is Nick's back wider than Derek's? And is Nick's back as thickly 3D pop out as Derek's? Look at the width, side to side. All right, and then you look at Nick. Where's the muscle at? Where's the width? Where's the thickness? What do you guys look at? I don't know. What are you judging here? So yeah, I don't see it in this pose in particular. I don't see it. Just because we have a lot of Nick Walker fans in here, I don't care what you say about that. No one is giving this shot to Nick Walker other than Nick Walker fans that want him to win. There's just so much difference in these backs. It's crazy. The hamstrings, I gotta give it to Nick on the hamstrings. Those are beast hamstrings. Right? Did I hear the live commentary? No, I can't. I can't hear the commentary. What about this is Nick's shot all day? The funny thing is, if Nick does win, you see how Bob's interviewing the winner? If Nick wins, he's gonna have to interview Nick after all the shit Bob said about Nick Walker. That is gonna be golden. That I just realized that now that Bob has to interview the winners. This is gonna be interesting. Yeah, Bob is like, fuck's sakes. I thought this was gonna be easy for Derek. Wow. Bob does look a little nervous. Bob looks a little nervous. I almost kind of want that to happen so I can see Bob. What is he gonna do? He'll be like, hey, Nick, well, you look like you won the show. It looks like you proved me wrong, Nick Walker. I know I said you had the H frame and I would announce you 8th place at the Olympia, but it looks like you won. That's gonna be crazy. If that happens, guys. My thing is Nick gonna go hard on Bob in the interview if he wins? Is Nick gonna be like snarky towards Bob? You thought I wasn't good. You thought I couldn't do it, Bob. What if Bob's like, well, I still don't think you should have won? That would be if Bob's like, well, I still don't think you should have won, but congratulations, Nick. I would actually rather see that Bob say that to Nick to his face. Yeah, the back shots it goes to Derek. Derek is as wide as he is tall. It's just you can't do it, guys. I'm sorry. I can't give you the back shots to Nick. No, guys, come on. I also think Derek could flex his hamstrings differently the way he's posing them to make that look better. I think it's just the way he's posing. He's not engaging his hamstrings as full as he could. He's not wider, man. First off, Nick is like how much heavier than Derek? And Derek's back looks bigger and like thicker. Yes, but you're right. Your eyes do get drawn to uh Nick's hamstrings. This is a long interview for this men's physique guy. I'm assuming they're going to do posing routines after this, guys. Remember to smash that like button, guys. Appreciate you hanging in there. This is going kind of long. We're 2 hours into this. Prejudging went pretty smooth. You need to look into what Derek lacks is the most important. Yeah, no, that's. Yeah, that side tricep. That should be an easy dominant pose for Nick Walker. But he really gets thinned out there for some reason. Side quad looks good. But the arm doesn't look as big. Side chest. Okay, let's see if they do posing routines now. No, are they bringing the guys back out? Okay, okay. Did I miss posing routines or something? Did anyone see posing routines? Okay, brother, you're one in the classic now. Okay, they're going on the classic. Let me get set up here. Sean Taylor. Well, we'll see. Oh, is it over here? Okay, let me go this way. Over here. I'm trying to find where that shot is going. Okay, let's go here. Let me get out of this for a second. Let me fix this. Here. And then I'm gonna I'm trying to see where I'm screenshotting that to. It's not saving it. Let's do this real quick. Is that it right there? There we go. Okay. All right. I just needed to screenshot that so I can find the guys. There. Just to see where I am at. There we go. Oh, let me move that comment. Get my bearings. There, Terrence Ruffin. There we go. Yeah, you have secret. Well, hey, if Dennis and Fuad and Ian think Nick's gonna win, then maybe Nick's gonna win. Yeah, I don't know who that guy, what his name is. Definitely have Terrence winning. So what would you guys say? Is classic physique more exciting or is men's open bodybuilding more exciting? Because everyone complains that classic physique should get paid more. What do you think? I agree. They shouldn't get paid as much as the open because they just don't bring the, at least for me. Yeah, I agree with that. I know they think they're same with men's physique. They're like, we should get paid as much as the open. I'm like, really? I don't know about that. Yeah, maybe they can get paid a little bit more. I agree. C-Bum was half the division in making it as popular as it was. I agree with that. All right. They took the guys off stage. Okay. Okay. Quick 2-second break here while they wait here on stage or taking a break or something. So I'm going to go to the washroom quickly. I will be right. All right. Classic physique posing routines. Just trying to catch up on the comments there. Took a break there. Hey, Brian. Thanks, brother. Yeah, this morning we had 3,000 of you in here. It was crazy. But I guess we had a lot of the Europeans and now they're asleep. So gotta get the likes up. Okay, they're just doing posing routines now. I almost don't want to lose where I left off here, because if I go back to the photos, well, let's go to yeah, I mean, I just don't find classic physique that exciting. Maybe the Olympia but that's it. Like these other smaller pro shows and stuff, it's like, I don't know. Nick winning the Olympia, it's a possibility. I mean, he's improved enough where I think he's going to be top three, or at least top three or top four, depending. Because remember, Samson Dowda comes back in the mix. Hadi Schupan, Derek Lunsford, maybe Martin's improved. Just want to remember where I'm at here with these photos. Okay, we can go back. I'm just going to leave that there. I don't want to lose my placing where I take my screenshots in my folder there. Took me a while to find it. No, I mean, right now, during the morning when I did the live stream, I had 3,200 people live watching. And right now, in London, in Prague, right, in Europe, it's like 1 a.m. So they're not watching now. So the viewership goes down. Is what I'm saying. So it's a light. Can Nick beat Hadi? Yeah, I think he potentially beat Hadi Schupan. Let me exit out of here so I can go take a look at Instagram. Let's go back and look at some footage. Let's see if there's any updates. Okay, so this is finals. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Nick brought it. Nick brought it to the stage. Like, impressive. Impressive. When he's hitting the poses, his waist looks okay. It's improved from the New York Pro, that's for sure. His conditioning looks very, very good. Sure, there's a little bit of a distension in the midsection here. You can see it's sticking outward like a turtle shell. So he needs to still work on that. But, if that's okay, then, he wins the show with that midsection. But his conditioning is very good. Derek does just not have that most muscular pose. No, Derek, Nick did not win yet. He could be winning this show. That's quite the comparison. All right. One stomach goes in, the other one goes out. That's also quite the comparison, even in chest there. you can see you know, it's quite the difference there. But anyways, Nick is a lot like flatter here in the midsection. The chest is kind of droopy. And then you got Derek there, so. To each their own. Again, the side chest is very close between the two of them. You could give that to Nick Walker. Again, my eyes is drawn to Derek's back. So. Again, thank you guys for joining. When we started this, I had 11,903 subscribers. And now I'm at 12,466. So got over 12,000 in less than 6 hours. So that's pretty good. Appreciate you guys. So these are from the finals, these shots. When I see Derek's chest, I'm like, holy, he really thickened it up. He really thickened up his chest. You'd think a mass monster like Nick would just be so dominant in the chest, but he's not. Definitely, I like that assessment. I would say that. Win or lose, it's a good night for Nick Walker. 100%. Like, he proved a lot of people wrong. Not that anyone was saying, like, I had him second. I didn't have him fourth or fifth or whatever. I had him second. Because I thought he was looking very good leading into the show. So that's it. You know? Nick looks good. Very, very good. Very good. Would I be surprised if Nick wins? No. Yeah, what does Lee say? Who does Lee Priest have winning? Lee Priest is a fan of Nick, so I think he'll say Nick Walker. Let me put the stream up here so I can pay attention. Yeah, sometimes Nick's legs, I just feel like they're a little bit. Although, same with Derek's. Nick's hamstrings look really good. Okay, on Anders, why does Hadi Choopan do the side crunch? Hadi Choopan has the best abs in bodybuilding right now. Why don't you tell that to Hadi Choopan? I'm quick to call him out, bro. I'm quick to call you out on those things. Gotta apply that to everybody then who hits the side oblique. Let's see if there's some other. No, no. Nick Walker competed last year. It's not 2 years. It's, he competed like almost one to the day last year in May at the New York Pro. Yeah, the rear lat spread, I can see it in there. He's taking that. Okay, listen, let's analyze. Let's say, okay, let's pose for pose. Let's say Nick is gonna win. How is he getting the win? Let's go back here. Well, we kill some time here. Front double bicep. Let's say Nick Walker wins that front double bicep. Side chest. Let's redo it this way. If I'm looking at it for the Nick Walker fans, why is Nick winning? Let's go back. Front double bicep goes to Nick. Side chest, Nick. But we're still back double bicep, Derek. Rear lat, Derek. Ab and thigh, Nick. This is for why Nick is going to win. If this is what's about to happen here. Oh, they cut off the poses. Okay, and then side tricep, Nick. And then front lat, Derek. And then ab and thigh, Nick. Most muscular, Nick. That's how Nick wins, if that's how it's going down. Derek wins back double bicep, rear lat, and front lat. But that's it. Doesn't win any other poses. If that's how it's actually going to go down. I'm just saying for the people that think Nick Walker's going to win, that's how he's got to win. He's winning those poses in their opinion for him to win. See? I'm going on their side right now and trying to figure out what in their mind why Nick is winning. Not saying that's what I agree with. I'm just saying that's what has to happen for him to win. He's got to win the side chest and the side tricep, the front double bicep. The obviously most muscular and ab and thigh. They still have classic physique on stage. Although they just got off stage, so we're going to see what happens here. Guys, remember to smash that like button. Thank you guys for joining. We are almost done. Finals here. How ending up to classic right now? Awards. If Nick does not win tonight, he still will win. He will need to qualify for the Olympia. Yeah. There's a lot riding on this for Nick Walker. There's a lot riding on this for Derek Lunsford. So, this is lots of suspense on this one. Yeah, that doesn't really show anything. Okay, pose down for classic physique. See if we can see some updates in here. This is what I'd like to see. I'd like to see Nick go to New York and battle Martin. But Martin, again, doesn't need to do the show. Oh, I think Nick would dominate the New York Pro. Beat Regan Grimes. So, agreed. Will there be backlash if Derek wins this show? Louis Marco has Nick winning the back poses. Can I zoom in on this? Yeah, I can. Or are the trends? I didn't even see that. Yeah, you know what? It could go to Derek. Could go to Nick Walker. Like I said, I have it as a toss up. I have it tied. To me, that's not good for Derek. If I can't definitively say that he should win, like he didn't do good enough. the cat. I don't know if you can hear that cat freaking out right now. That's very close, which is good. Makes it for a good show. Okay, the awards for Classic. Is Terrence Ruffin going to win this? Like, I don't think a lot of people are going to be like upset if Nick wins because he does look good. But I agree. I don't think that's the way bodybuilding should be headed. Isn't that the Nick Walker mass monster? Everyone's chasing size again because that's what they're rewarding. Now, Samson Dowd is bigger than Nick Walker, but Samson can still have that aesthetically pleasing look along with the size. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I thought they would give it to Derek because it's kind of cool to have an Olympia and an Arnold champ win their first show, and they can have that title for the Pittsburgh Pro to give it that high level. You got to be Olympia Arnold to win the Pittsburgh Pro. But hey, they made the best man win, and they give it to Nick Walker. So no, there's no champ yet, but do they want to set that standard? Have a guy like Nick Walker who drops out of Olympias or Derek Lunsford? Is what I'm talking about. Because to me, I don't know who else is ever going to win an Olympia, Arnold, and Pittsburgh Pro in the same year. So like if it's close and you want to set that precedent to have someone in history do that, the Grand Slam, or give it to Nick Walker. I don't know. I would just give it to Derek. If I owned the IFBB, I'd be like, this fuck, guys, it's close. I tell them backstage, like, guys, I know it's close. You're judging the show. Just give it to Derek, okay? I would, I'd be like, just give it to Derek. We got to set the title, the Grand Slam. We got to start this now. We're never going to be able to get it. It's close. Just fucking give it to Derek. Yeah, of course, that's what they do. Well, you would think they do that. I hope they do that. The best man should always win. But we saw what happened to the Arnold. Samson Dauda, Mr. Olympia, lost. So they don't care. It looks like they really, maybe during like when Ronnie was winning, there was a few times where we like Ronnie should have won this. Like his stomach was getting distended. Like when Jay should have maybe won. So well, if you like Mike the Menser, well, that's definitely not a mass monster. Yes, it does. if Nick wins, it sets up a better storyline. Congratulations, Terrence Ruffin has won. Yeah, not good day for Martin. He says he's sorry to disappoint the fans. You see, Derek's hamstrings, you can see them better here now. You can't see them on the live stream, but you can see them better here, and they're vascular. So I don't know. I don't know what the judges can see better than we can see. Like you can actually see the lines in there. And I'm kind of wondering, like, um, why Chris Cormier and Milos and like Phil Heath have Dave Palumbo, why they have Derek winning, but then Fuad, Ian, Dennis James have Nick winning. It's very confusing. Like you have veterans in the sport going on each side here. Usually it's fairly like it's like 80-20. Or it's like 95-5, and there's 5% of people are just like, no, this guy should have won. But this is like split because it's close. It's very close. The Informer. How can Nick win this? How can a guy with those calves win a pro show over another guy? Well, Derek doesn't have the best calves. What is Bob doing? What's going on, guys? I can't hear the live stream. What's happening? Bob saying it's a tie? What's going on here? Another round? Third confirmation round? What was I just saying? I was just saying it was close. I said it's a toss-up. Uh-oh, guys. Something's happening here. They didn't want to just give it to Nick yet. And they have to create the narrative. Okay, let's go back to hear me speculating. All right, okay, let's go back. We get this set up for you guys. Capture that shot. We will go back here. Capture that shot. Actually, Nick does not look as good now. Whoa. Whoa, what happened to Nick? Okay, let's go back. Stop share. Go back here. There, share. Nick looks worried. Nick, something's gone on. Something's happened here, guys. Wow, Derek looks. How did Derek improve in like a half an hour? What the hell? Like, look at the shit. We capture this here. What happened to Nick? Usually you know, like usually you have that smile, like you know you want it. Someone told you backstage. And like Derek is the one that has that, but I don't know. I don't know. Nick's waist is just, he's letting that hang, man. Don't let it hang. Don't let that belly hang out like that, bro. Yeah, you got to stay professional. You got to keep it tight like Derek does. Man, that stomach there, Nick Walker, Jesus. Keep it tight, bro. Is Nick giving up? Confirmation round, third round. Derek looks a little bit sharper. Oh, Nick is struggling to pose. Can't hold that the hamstring. What's happening, guys? What is happening? What is going on? Third confirmation round. Wow. Like I said, it was tied, toss up. I said it was 4-4. So you guys had Nick winning. I had it tied. And who has it tied? The judges have it tied. So whoever is in the fucking comments is like, Matt doesn't know what he's talking about. Nick Walker. Well, right now it's tied. Maybe Nick still wins, but as of we were watching it live, I had it tied. The judges had it tied. This is the round that's going to change it. This is the round that's going to determine it. Nick keeps letting his stomach hang out. They're fighting each other on stage. They're punching each other. That was awesome. Just went crazy there for a second. Look at this. This is awesome. This is a battle, guys. This is a battle. Thank you, brother. They fought for that. They fought for that. All right, all right. What is this, Steve? Okay. Yeah, again, Nick's letting the stomach hang out. He's really got to watch that. I mean, guys, you can't reward the gut. I don't care if you're posing, you're not posing. As a professional pro bodybuilder, you cannot let your stomach hang out like you're pregnant. I don't give a shit. If it's close, those little things add up. This shit adds up. And you got to keep your fucking stomach in, Nick Walker. because that could cost you the show. Gotta keep it in, man. He forgets. He forgets that he has a big waist. He forgets, and then he just lets it blurt out like that, like he's fucking 6 months pregnant, and then we gotta reward that when it's close, when it's a tie. Did Fuad is like, Fuad. Does Fuad still have Martin winning? That's hilarious. Ah, yeah. So what happened, guys? What happened? What did we just witness? What did we just witness? That right there could have changed it in the confirmation round where Nick was slipping up. He was struggling to pose a little bit. He almost tripped. He almost fell over. I'm exaggerating that, but and look at that. Look at the fucking concern on Nick Walker's face. What is going on backstage that made him want to look like this? Yeah, right? What like what? Who's confident? What did who did the judges see that's like and Tyler says that you have to be confident on the stage. We need to see you smile. We need to see like fuck, I'm enjoying this. I know I'm the man up here right now. That ain't confidence, bro. That's like shit, man. Did I just lose this? Anyways, I could be over exaggerating, but I don't know. To me, in this third confirmation round, Nick Walker faded. And maybe because it was a tie, maybe they're like, you know what, guys, if we push Nick another round, he ain't gonna make it. He's struggling. He's not smiling. He's not. Derek is having fun up there. Let's give him another round. If we got to prove the narrative that Derek is winning, we can do it in the third round, guys. We can give the title to Derek and we give it with confirmation round. And we'll see Nick Walker slip. We'll see the gut hang out and we'll be like, it was so close, guys. It was a tie, but we know Nick's midsection, we couldn't give it to him. He just was letting it go a little too much in between the transitions. And we had to give it to Derek. We couldn't give it to him, guys. He looked great. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Derek came out banging, smiling and confident. It's like, I got another chance to win this. Nick definitely pushed him. But see, even the smile, like, I know it's cheesy, but you gotta look like you're having fun up there. Because it takes away, like, if you see a person walking down the street and they're smiling and they're having a good time, and you see a person who's like, it'd be like, what's wrong with that guy? It changes your whole aura on the stage. Right? So I don't know. Just learn to smile on stage. What is this guy doing, Nick Walker? What are you doing, bro? His hands are too high up on his waist there. Bonek looks tighter. He looks good. Bonek looks really good, actually, now that I'm paying attention to the stream. Yeah, you're right. Nick is 5'6", so what is Derek? 5'4"? I never thought about it that way. I thought they were the same height. Yeah, I have Bonek in a clear third place. He looks like he's sharpened up quite a bit here. Tied, guys. It's tied. We rarely see third confirmation rounds. So what did that say? What did that say? Nick did miss some of the poses, surprisingly. Yeah, he did. He slipped up a little bit there, guys. I'm assuming some of the Nick Walker fans are a little bit like, oh shit. Fuck. That was not good, the third round. You know, I think there may be some concern for the Nick Walker fans right now. He can still win it. He can still win it. He can still pull this one off, even though the third confirmation round, there was a bit of a struggle there, keeping that midsection tight. Looks good there in the ab and thigh. But then Derek started to come on. Excuse me. Derek started to come in to it. And Nick started to slip. Because you can't think, Nick Walker, when you're standing like that, Steve is looking right at you. He's like, bro, your waist is hanging. What are you doing? And Steve has said that before. And look at this. Nick was just completely letting it go. Martin's on stage right now. Martin seems happier. He seems like, he knows he's tighter. He's smiling. See, this front double bicep, to me, Nick looks like he faded a little bit. And it may be just like the oil backstage. He wasn't ready for it or something. I don't know. But anyways, it just looks a little faded. Even the side chest. Back double bicep. Yeah, Martin holding the water. Yeah. Sean Ray was sending me photos. You want to see what the photos Sean Ray was sending me? The gut. Sean Ray was like, that gut is a problem. So I don't know. If that's what we want to reward, go right ahead. Do it. Reward it. Yeah, that's Sean Ray. He's like, I have Derek winning. Nick Walker needs to control that gut. It's getting dangerous. I'm not biased. I'm just talking about the gut. I have it tied. I have it. Are the judges biased because they have it tied? And I had it tied like the judges have it? All right. Okay. I guess I'm biased, guys, because I had it tied. I'm biased. Okay, Nick Walker fans. Sure. That's the feeling I'm getting. Like Nick had to come in and really not and dominate that third round. And he didn't, in my opinion. He kind of was like every pose wasn't keeping that midsection tight. I kind of think the same thing, JR. Now, only because it was tied, right? They had to bring him out, right? There's five, six judges. They toss the high and the low out and they tie it. They got to go a third round. Rizzo, just watching Rizzo's routine. I haven't even been paying attention. I've just been so focused on. That's a good shot. Look at that shot. The mayor of Bodybuilding TV has joined us, folks, and he has something to say. No two bodybuilders should have a huge gut. I agree with you, mayor of Bodybuilding. I guess the error is having a big bubble gut. All right, here's Derek Lunsford. Let's get some shots of Derek. That's a cool shot, though. I mean, that's two guys like battling for their lives to win. That's what it's all about right there. They almost did. They punched each other a little bit. Nick punched Derek. Oh, he's posing really fast. It's hard to capture these. The mayor of bodybuilding is calling out Nick. You got to give it. Derek's structure is very pleasing. Yeah, the routines. This is the routine right here. That was Derek's routine. Yeah, I agree with that, Edgar. What worries me, what I think may have lost Nick the show if he actually loses, is this. Like, this is terrible. This is not, to me, this is like palumbolism. I miss those shots. No, no, man. Louis Marco has Nick Walker winning every pose. I already showed that on here. Yeah, this is taking quite a while. 3 hours, guys. Yeah, I know we all want to eat. If other side, if you had, ah, no, they punish you for the gut still. They punish Samson a bit for that too. Until they kind of got it under control better. So, excuse me, guys. Yeah. 3:40 a.m. Where are you? Yeah, they pushed Nick. Definitely pushed him. And he definitely let it slip. And when I saw this, I was like, man, Nick, what are you doing, bro? Keep it in. keep it in, bro. You're gonna lose it. But this is Nick Walker. This is truly what it is. Like that's the physique. That's what I think. And a lot of it's because he's got to eat so much food because he has to get so big. And then other guys think, well, they got to get big, so they got to eat a lot of food, and then their stomach gets like that. And that's not the direction I want bodybuilding to go in. Okay, here's Nick Walker. They put oil back on him. Yeah, Derek has to eat a lot of food too. There's letting it hang out again. Yeah, he does. That was a short routine for Nick Walker. But okay. That was a couple shots and he walked off the stage. That was literally like a quick freaking posing routine. He did this. He did this and then he did this. He did this. He did that. He did this and he did that. That was Nick Walker's routine. Oh crap. All right, guys, here we go. Here we go. Pose down. I mean, look at that shot. Look at that classic pose from Derek. Look at this. Do you want mass monster or do you want aesthetics? What do you prefer? Which direction should we take our sport? That's a very, I don't know why Derek doesn't hit that pose more often. Yeah, man. I've never seen Derek look like that good in a pose. That's really good. And I just by chance captured that. Agreed with that, Rich. Not learning your lesson, Nick Walker. Just letting that thing hang out. All right. Let's see. Here we go. We're going to find out. I don't know. I don't have the sound on, so I'm just going to watch what they do when they call them out. Big Steve has gotten up out of his chair. What will it be, guys? In the comments, who's going to win this, Derek or Nick? One final poll so you guys can prove that you got it right. Who's winning the show, Derek or Nick? I have to stick with my original prediction because that's what I do. I do my final prediction the day Thursday before the show, and I had Derek in first, Nick in second, Martin in third, Bonek in fourth. Although right now I have Bonek in third, but my original prediction was that. Okay, Michael Crizo is in sixth, I think. I don't know. I didn't hear. Did he? Is it sixth or fifth? Or did he tone the top five or the top six? What did Crizo just get, guys? I can't turn the volume on. What is this now? Oh, there's Samson Dowda. Crizo got fifth. Okay, so this is fourth next. Okay. Is it going to be Martin or Bonek? Oh. So my prediction, if Derek wins and Nick comes second and Martin comes third, I will get my prediction exactly right for the show. Come on, Derek Lunsford. I need this prediction. Yeah, man, I had Bonak, man. Yeah, that everyone can clearly see that. Martin tightened up, but I feel bad for Bonak. All right, Martin Fitzwater in third place. And I had Crizo in fifth. So if I get this right, guys, wow. It's a lot riding on this one, man. I had Crizo fifth. I had Bonak fourth. Martin in third. The suspense is building. I should have bet money on this fucking show. Who is it gonna be? Is it gonna call Derek Lunsford in second? I think they might call Derek Lunsford in second. Whew, getting a little nervous here, guys. I have a feeling that Derek. Wait a second. All right. Here's the shot as we wait. Who is it going to be? Because Bob Tricchiarello is making the announcement. Who just won? Did Derek? Did I get my fucking prediction right? What is this? Why is did Derek get second or what? Why did Derek get called out first? I can't hear the sound, guys. Okay, Derek won. That's weird that they did the reverse that way. What did I tell you guys in the comments? What did I tell you? You guys were giving me a rough time in the comments. You guys were giving me a rough time in the comments. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just joking. It was a close show. It was a close show. Obviously, they had to do a third round confirmation. Nick Walker is pissed the fuck off. He's got to go to New York Pro, baby. You're not done. You are not done yet, Nick Walker. You got to do another show, brother. You got to do another show. I got my entire top 5 prediction correct. Do you guys trust me now? Do you trust me? Louis Marco's like, Nick Walker's winning his show every pose. Fuck that shit. Bunch of fucking idiots out there half the time. Well, guys, I feel pretty good. I feel like the best man won. I thought maybe Nick would get it. But at the end of the day, I had to stick to my prediction that I made on Thursday. Derek Lunsford in first. Nick Walker in second. Martin in third. Bonik in fourth. And Crizzo in fifth. It's exactly what I predicted. That's on the record. That's in my prediction video. Bob Tricchiarello doesn't have to interview Nick Walker. Bob is very relieved and very happy right now. Congratulations to Derek Lunsford. He is the Grand Slam Triple Crown winning champion, history making champion. And my prediction was right. And Fouad fucking Abiad and Ian Valliere were wrong. So that makes me feel good. For all the guys in the chat that were, rooting for Derek and you stuck to it, kudos to you guys. Congratulations to you guys in the comments who got it right. I get to gloat. I get to gloat because I know you Nick Walker fans would be gloating if he won. But at the end of the day, structure and symmetry and polish, Derek had it. From the smile to keeping that waistline tight in between his transitions and having fun on a stage, Derek pushed it over the line. I still think the 2021 Arnold Classic, Nick Walker was the best. Nick Walker. If that Nick Walker showed up here, he would have won the show. I would have no problem with that Nick Walker winning the show. He was unbelievable at the 2021 Arnold when he won that one. But then he went for the size, and now we see what happened there. So congratulations to Derek Lunsford. Man, oh man. You know the recap video. You better come back and watch the recap video, because I'm going to be talking it up in that video. Yo, I'm going to lay it out in that video. Because the whole internet was like, Nick Walker, Nick Walker. And I was like, guys, and you guys were beating me up in the comments. You're like, this guy's smoking crack. Does he know? Is he delusional? Delusional enough to know the right man should win. It's Derek Lunsford. Yeah, man, his structure, his taper, the tight waist, the aesthetics. He's big enough. He doesn't need to be 400 pounds to win. Like, come on, it's good. Even in this shot, you guys, even in this fucking shot here, look at this silhouette. Look at the fucking silhouette. But you guys want this? You want that silhouette? Or do you want Derek's silhouette? Maybe you guys are waking up a little bit now. Maybe you're like, you know what? Okay, maybe Nick isn't everything. Maybe this isn't what bodybuilding should be, where your obliques extend out past your hip line. Right? Oh, but Nick's arms are so they're so good. So, Crizzle's arms are better than Nick's. Doesn't matter. Full package. Full package. Do you think Nick, now I gotta ask you guys, do you think Nick is gonna be so depressed and pissed off that he doesn't even do the New York Pro and that he retires from bodybuilding? I think he could potentially do that. Because this look is a look of defeat. Because he worked hard for this show. He worked really, really hard. But try to tell you guys about the whole structure thing, but you guys weren't listening. Some of you guys were understanding what I was saying, but then a lot of you were like, no, it doesn't matter. He looks good. Look at that. Look at this shot too. Look at Derek's waist next to a classic physique guy's waist. That's how good Derek is. You can be 240 pounds and keep it that tight. Got to give him some credit, guys. You're so fucking hard on Derek Lunsford. And he has this tiny ass waist. And he's representing men's open bodybuilding. Uh yeah, maybe. Yeah. He can definitely push Samson Dauda. Like, look at Derek's weight. That's a good shot for Derek Lunsford because his waist is like the tightest in the shot. Agreed, Mayor of Bodybuilding. Agreed. It's a good day for the sport. All right, I'm going to do my recap video, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. It was a good show. I think this is the first time I got my top 5 absolutely correct. It's going to be a good night. Okay, guys, watch for the recap of the finals. I'll post that in probably like 20 or so minutes. It'll take me to make that, edit it, and get on there, guys. But yeah, man, I feel good. I got that prediction right. Top 5, exactly right. All right. Catch you guys in the next one. Again, thanks for joining. Peace, guys.